Hey everyone, it's me. I'm back, Wilson Adkins, and in today's video, this is one I've been preparing for the past week. It was meant to be my first or second video, but I had to put my state Fortnite into two parts, so this came a few days later than I expected it to. But this is ranking all skins that were introduced in Chapter 2, Season 2 of Fortnite. Chapter 2, Season 2, last season, was about, it gave me an incredible vibe. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before, but there were a lot of agents, and it was like spy-themed. I really enjoyed it, and I will have a separate video on ranking the Battle Pass for all seasons, and so that will be two new different series I'm going to do ranking all Battle Pass skins from each season and ranking all skins introduced in this season, and I'm going to go backwards in time, so I'm going to start with the most recent seasons and I'm going to go backwards. So this is the first one for non-Battle Pass. Hope you guys enjoy, and before we start, I am going to change my YouTube name from Wilson Adkins, and I will change most likely my profile picture. So if you have any ideas for new names or new profile pictures, comment them down below so that I can see your guys' idea, because I think I hope you guys have some cool ideas for names. So yeah, let's get right into it. Last season, 66 new item shop skins were introduced. And I loved most of these, truly. I mean, the first 20 or 30 out of 66 were not so good, but then it gets into some that were just very hard for me to choose between because I loved them. And for this, I took into consideration the skins and the back blings, and so yeah, I'll explain what I mean by that, because certain skins, I didn't like the skin, but I liked the back bling, or vice versa. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So, number 66, the worst skin, in my personal opinion, that came out last season is Wiretap. Now, this is a 1200 V-Bucks skin. It's a color variation of Deadlock, which is another hacker dude with a goatee that came out this season. Except this one is yellow. It's very ugly. I hate yellow. Yellow's my least favorite color. I think this skin is disgusting. The back bling, nothing special, and it's a waste of $12. I truly feel bad for anyone that bought this thinking it would be some type of a good skin. It's disgusting. I just think it's horrible. I mean, there's really no point in getting it. So yeah, and number 65, same thing, except it is cheaper. So Wild Gunner, which is an 800 V-Bucks skin, it's $8, is a dude with a pink mohawk, big glasses, and a silver vest, and it's just disgusting. I don't see the point in buying this, unless you're using it for like a joke. Like, I don't see how you can think this is a good skin. Then again, it is only $800. Instead of $12, it's $8. And so, you could make the argument that this is such a bad skin that it only fits within the $8 category. So this one is slightly better, I'd say, just because there's more colors, you can combo with it more, and it is cheaper, so it's like, forgive it. Like, they're sorry that they made this, so they're making it cheaper. Now, coming in at 64 is Agent Peely. He was in the Battle Pass. However, I decided for this first video that I would add the Battle Pass skins into my overall rating, and in fact, I will probably do that, just an overall skin review of the entire skin, all of the skins, including Battle Pass, that came out each season. But then I will also have a separate video ranking all Battle Pass skins. So, if that doesn't make sense, just comment down below, and I'll answer your questions as quickly as I can. But Agent Peely, 64, I think this skin is just a dumb... I loved Peely. I love Peely. I wear it whenever I'm just trying to do some meme strats with my friends, but I just think this is just Peely with a suit on, and they just threw it in the Battle Pass and hoped no one noticed it. But it's so ugly. And with all the other skins, you got to choose Shadow or Ghost, but with this, you got both. And of course, they had to choose the worst one for you to get both with, and you have to get to level 350 to get a final gold style. And that's so, like, why him? He's so ugly. It should be like Midas, because he's the tier 100, and he's the only one that really should have gold, because he's the king of gold in Greek mythology. But Agent Peely, I hate this skin. I think it's just a variation, and it's a bad excuse for a skin. Truly, I hate it. 63 is Synth. I think he was Bob the Builder. I respect Bob the Builder, but I think this skin is disgusting. $15 for this monstrosity. Granted, it does react to damage dealt to you, but it's just, and the back bling I love. It has some give when you jump and stuff. I really do think it's not the worst tier. That's why it's 63. I just think it's ugly, and frankly not worth $15 to get it. Unless you're a big fan of Bob the Builder, I don't see a reasonable approach to getting this skin. 62, we have Tango. He looks sort of like Wild Gunner, except he doesn't have a mohawk, and he has a vest still, but it's pink and green. I like it more because it's also 800 V-Bucks, and it's more clean, and you can wear more with it because it's not, pink and silver, which there's really nothing. There's pink and green, which there's plenty to choose from, and I think if you find something that looks good with this, it'll look amazing. And I do like this skin. I just don't think it's, again, there's plenty of good skins this season, and I just don't think this is one of them. But yeah, it's not a horrible skin. Next, we have Deadlock, which is the yellow hacker version of Wiretap, which was the worst. Sorry, it's the green version. Green is my first or second favorite color. I also like purple. And so I have some respect for it. And this one came out before Deadlock, or before Wiretap. And so I just feel like this is the better one because they just copied the other one from this. And I think it's not, again, it's an ugly skin, but it's green instead of yellow, and I like it more because of that. Now 60, we have Brutus. Brutus is my big boy chunky daddy. I don't really like Brutus, to be honest. I do like his shadow style. I just think he's too chunky, and he's too much of a big boy for me to really enjoy this skin, because it's just, you have a disadvantage when you're wearing this. And it's just, he's so big, all back blings look disgusting on him. They look like tiny little Tic Tacs on his back, and it's just, I don't like this skin that much, but I can understand why they have him in the game. If there's a spy theme, he's from the Battle Pass, so if there's a spy theme, a bodyguard that's really big, makes sense. I respect it, I don't love it, personally. 59 is Airhead. Now, Airhead was, many people thought that during one of the events there would be an ad for Airhead, the candy, and if you watched through the entire ad, you got this skin, but that wasn't a thing. They just had it in the files for over a year, to the point that people started hallucinating strange conspiracies about this skin. It's disgusting. 1,200 V-Bucks, no back bling, just a dude, but not even. It's just like a balloon for a head, and then it just, I can see how some people like it. It's very chaotic and messy and ugly, and that can be, that's funny. It's a creative idea, Airhead, when his head is a balloon. I just personally don't like it. I think it's a little too messy and it was in the files for so long. I think people got super hyped up around it, and then when it came out, no one really was that into it. They kind of got bored of it, and many people didn't buy it. So yeah, I think it was a missed opportunity. Once something's in the files for that long, you kind of have to, do something with it. You can't just have it in the files for that long without having a back bling, and without having it be that random and disgusting. So, on to the next one, Chance. Chance is a reskin of the Ruby skin. I will show that on screen now. It's like I think of her as like a TikTok girl, and Chance is literally a reskin of that with red hair and a green sweatshirt. It was for St. Patrick's Day. I'm not complaining. I just think it's a worse version of Ruby. That's why it has such a low rating. Next, we have 57 Hugo. Hugo is disgusting, in my opinion. He's the first of the non-Battle Pass agents, spy skins. They had a lot of them, especially near the end of the season, once they delayed it so much. And Hugo, he's the first one on this list out of those, but he was the final one released. I don't like him. He's an average dude with an edit style with glasses and without glasses. And he had a built-in emote where he flings his pickaxes, which are these butterfly knives, around, which is, it's creative, and they gave him edit styles, and for 1,200 V-Bucks, I'm not, I hate the skin, it's very boring, but it's not, it's, for some people, it's worth the money, because you get an emote, you get a back bling, and you get a skin all in one, and it's the first one that I just don't care about on this list, instead of just personally hating. So yeah, and 56 is Goldie. I don't really like this skin. I like the first two fairy tale skins, the Fable and the Grim Fable, but I don't like Goldie. I just think a girl wearing this, it's just a bad color scheme, and her back bling fits so awful on most skins. And is she a bank robber? Why does she have a shotgun? And if her name's Goldie, is that like her slang term just because she likes gold, or is it Goldilocks? I'm confused. I think the skin is ugly. And the moment I saw it, I just threw up in my mouth, and I don't regret not getting it. So yeah, that's why it's 56. So 55, this might come as a surprise to some of you, is Deadpool. And I know a lot of people always give Deadpool tons of love, put him top 10 on tons of lists, but I just don't think Deadpool had any redemption for me. I mean, I get that he's a crossover, and I get a lot of people love the Deadpool movies, and they're funny, and, they like the action in those movies, but the skin, in my opinion, is just, it's too bulky, and I feel like no matter what they did, I would never really like it, just because I don't think Deadpool in the movies has drip, and I don't think they would make their own custom Deadpool. But I did like the Deadpool thing, but I like the whole, supply drops and the yacht changed and the Deadpool mashups and the Psylocke, Domino, and Cable. I did like all that stuff, and you'll see them later on the list, but I think they put it out too far. They had that for the entirety of, the remainder of the season, pretty much, ever since the Deadpool skin was released in week 5 all the way to like week 12. It was just such a long period of time for having everything Deadpool themed. And I don't know, that seems like a big crossover. But it's not the worst skin. And I do kind of like it. I hate it in a way because people love it more than I think it deserves. So yeah, that's why it's here. Clover Team Leader is at 54. Now, in I Talk Fortnite's video, by the way, he will be in the description. Amazing YouTuber. Subscribe to him. Let's help him reach 1 million subscribers. He made a video just like this, and this is my opinion, my take on what he said. He thought Clover Team Leader was the worst in this entire season of new skins. I don't personally like the Cuddle Team skins, the team leaders, and this is a poor excuse for a dog, to be honest. I mean, it's a green, I don't understand why it's for St. Patrick's Day, but I don't think it's as ugly of a skin as he did. It's just a green dog thing. I don't really know what to say. It's only a green skin, so I'm not complaining, and it's one of those skins where I'm not, like, offended that it's in the game. If I don't like it, I'm just not going to get it, and if it came back again, I don't think I would ever get it, but yeah, I think it needs a little more love than what people give it. So, yeah. 53 is Sync. And Sync, not Synth, is one of the spies. He has like a blonde mohawk, some glasses, and it's not the skin I like. However, I do like the black and blue and how they incorporate both. But the back bling is so good. It's a sniper, and the scope like hangs down the side, and so when you jump, it moves around. And I just think it's such a cool idea, especially from a spy skin, and he's like a sniper. And I like the idea, and this is one of my favorite spy skins this season. Even though it's my second least favorite. I mean, there's only 6 or something. But look, so just now, I ran out of storage on my iPad. I might have to buy new storage in the future, because I've been having lots of problem with that lately. But as I was saying, Cable, I think this is my least favorite of the Deadpool introduction skins. He's a chunky skin. I do like his back bling and how you can wear it as a hood or not. But he's just such a chunky skin, and I do like his metal arm, but I don't like chunky skins, and it's just very obnoxious in my opinion. So that's Cable. 51 Blockade Runner. Now I did mention Blockade Runner and the back bling. I think it was Angled Intercept in the Renegade skin review or the Blaze skin review, and I said we would talk about it in a future video. And here is Blockade Runner. Now I see tons of people now saying Blockade Runner is an underrated skin. It's an amazing skin, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. I hate it. I hate like the haircut, like a white half mohawk with some weird graffiti in her ear area. It doesn't make sense. I don't like it personally all that much. Again, that's just my opinion. The orange, black, and white I do think is a cool idea. I just don't like the skin, and I mean, I guess it's an opinion, and I think that's why it's 51, but it's nothing special in my opinion, and I don't really see why people think it's an underrated skin. So yeah. And number 50, we have Meowscles. Now, fun fact about Meowscles, if you look, there's this one Link's loading screen, and in the background there's a picture of Meowscles on her computer. Now this was in season 7, and this is now season 12, 5 seasons later, more than a year later, that this was introduced in the game. It turns out that artist in the that drew that photo just thought that, since Lynx is a cat, that why not put this random cat in the background, and he was the one that sparked the idea for Meowscles in a battle pass, and so they added him. So it's cool to have like an artist's skin in the battle pass. I think that's amazing. And I didn't think all of the skins should have gotten gold, and I'll talk more about that in the Battle Pass video for Chapter 2 Season 2, coming out probably in about a week. Not sure. Again, I'm not going to promise. Sometimes I have new cool video ideas that I can only film in the moment with people, and so, it'll get mixed up. But I like Meowscles, but 49 is Boxer. Now, we're in top 50 now, so these skins are getting better. So Boxer was drawn by an online Instagram artist called Sharktooth. Fun fact, he also drew the 2 new shark skins. I'll talk about those. Those might actually be, one of those might be my skin of the month review. Not sure, probably not, but we'll see at the end of the month, right? So it was Boxer and Boxy. Boxer is the male one. And it's pretty straightforward. It's people in Chuck Taylors that are wearing boxes over their heads. It's a creative idea. I like how cute it is. So yeah, I just think they're good for 800. They're just something cool to add in. 48 is Bon Bon. This is the first of the holiday things. Easter. This was the iconic one that came out this year. Chocolate bunny with gold on him and sprinkles coming out of his mouth. I think that's a super cool idea. And I like Bon Bon, but I just don't think it's amazing. It's very chunky. Again, I don't really like chunky skins, but the back bling is amazing. It's like the egg with the red ribbon. I really like it. If it was a little smaller, I would use it all the time. I would probably get that skin if the back bling was a little bit smaller. But yeah, that's why Bon Bon is where it is on the list. So now 47 is Guff, another chunky meme skin. Guff is supposed to be Sky's pet, but they made him his own skin, blue skin with the back bling that has the Sword of Wonders from Sky on the back. I think it was a creative idea. A lot of people like Guff. I personally, again, don't like chunky skins, but, I kind of had to put Guff ahead of most of the other chunky skins for my boy. I love him. In fact, thinking back on it, because I made this last day of the season, this list that I'm reading off of, I thought Guff was just not that significant, but looking back on the season, he was like one of the coolest meme skins they came up with, so I would definitely move him down again if I had the chance, but, gotta stay on that YouTube grind, right? So, next on the list, we have Vix on number 46. It's like a Lynx ripoff. I hate the glasses, however, and I hate the hood down style. I only like hood up, and I wish they had an idea, just like they had with another skin later on this list, Renegade Shadow. I wish they had that same idea to take off glasses on this. However, I love the styles, and I love the back bling, and I think it's a great idea that they have a built-in emote where you can switch styles in game. That's the first time that's ever been seen, and it hasn't been seen since. So, good job, Epic, on that one, and that's why it's where it is, because I think the back bling is just such a worth it thing. Like, I would buy that for $15, if the skin was a little bit better. I just think the skin's too ugly for the back bling to be the only thing you want. So, 45 is Envoy. That's a green skin. It's one of the spy skins, but it has glasses. She has glasses and green hair on her side. It's just like a basic skin, really. I mean, there's nothing much to it. I just think it's very clean and slick. She has like bulletproof armor on, and she just seems like, a really cool spy. She could, kick some butt if she needed to. Cause I just think it's a really cool skin. So yeah, I like the green hair touch. I think that's a good addition. So here he is, 44, Renegade Shadow. I know a lot of people would put him much higher than I did. He's pretty much a new and improved Stingray. I'll show him on the screen right here. However, Renegade Shadow he was supposed to be like part of the Storm the Agency event. He's one of like these double agent skins. He's Shadow or Ghost. You can have 6 styles in total, I think, or maybe it's 4. Not sure. So there's Shadow mask on, Ghost mask on, Shadow goggles off. So there's 6. So there's goggles on, goggles off, mask on for all 3, for both Shadow and Ghost. But yeah, I think this is one of the cooler Shadow versus Ghost things, but clearly saying that he's only 44, there's got to be some that are cooler, right? So 43, Xena. She's like a tropical girl. I think a lot of people hated this skin a lot more than I did, but I still just don't think it's an amazing skin. I do like the back bling. So she's like a thief, kind of. Like she's stealing pineapples or something, because her back bling is like a little pineapple bag with money coming out. I like it. Think it's cool. That's why it is where it is. 42 is Cyclo, who's part of the event. It's the new and improved Tempest. Sorry to anyone just like me who bought Tempest and now has to watch Cyclo, which is just new and improved. I personally am a little salty. I think it would have been cooler if it was like an edit style for Tempest, but you gotta make do with what you got. I do like the back bling wind shear cloak, and I just think the skin is pretty clean. 41 is Nightlife. A lot of people at first hated this skin. It came out during one of the concerts. It was a 1,500 V-Buck skin with no back bling, and I think a lot of people were shocked by that and didn't approve. Me included, but like the neon wings were supposed to kind of be her back bling, but you got those for free, and I think they should have included a back bling with her. However, she does react to emotes, I think, and it's just a really clean skin, and I think it's worth. I think it would be higher on this list if it was 1,200 with no back bling, just like Airhead, because I think it's a good skin. I think it doesn't have a back bling, so it's just not worth the money, I think. So 40, Redux. Not really much to say. I just don't really like this skin. That's true of most of the skins up to this point. So yeah. So number 39 is Crimson Elite. He's the male variant. They came out with 2 green skins for this. Sorry for the page turn. He has red shades. Classic green skin. Nothing much to say, to be honest. I mean, we still have 38 more. I should probably start going a little faster. So 38, Farmer Steel. I love this skin. I think it's underrated. It's a farmer, and his legs are replaced with tractor legs. Again, this is one of the ones that if I could redo the list, I would put him farther down, maybe even top 20. I love this skin. I think it's so creative, and I feel like I should be seeing more people rocking this skin. So yeah, 37 is Stella, another Easter skin. It was a remake of the Bunny Moon skin, but I like Bunny Moon more. There's more colors going on. There's Christmas lights. There's, she has these leopard pants. She has like little ears. They both do, but Stella is just a pink variant of that, and I think that's a little cheap. But I still think the pink palettes are still, it's still cool. 36 is Tech. Now Tech, there's not much to say about most of these. It's hard to really describe it. I can't really think about everything off the top of my mind. I don't know. It's just nothing special, in my opinion. We've seen that type of stuff before. So, that's all I'm going to say. So, 35, Slurp Jonesy. There was that Slurp pack for $30 or 3,000 V-Bucks. You could get it free for Lachlan's tournament or whatever, but obviously I didn't get that. Slurp Jonesy is one out of the three. You can now change the style so you don't always have to have your head go super big. I didn't get the pack. I'll show you. I mean, there's only one out of the three that I personally like, and you'll see that later on. But I think Slurp Jonesy is my least favorite one. I feel like there's still a little bit too much Jonesy stuff, So, this is why he's 35. 34, Hitman. I thought it was cool how on his leg they wrote "Pay to Lose," even though his skin isn't pay to lose. His back bling is because it makes a loud noise whenever you get a kill, but it's still reactive, and it's more reactive than most of the skins. This skin came out on my birthday, and so, it has a little soft spot in my heart, but it's not a great skin, so that's where it is. 33, Taylor. Again, nothing much. I gotta go a little bit quicker, so this isn't like a 40. I promise it won't happen again. I'm positive. I gotta just keep on going quicker, again, so it isn't, a super long video. I just keep on running out of space. But one last thing to say about Taylor. I like all the things he reacts to: damage, shields, and hitting players. I think that's really cool. And his back bling, it's like a sewing thing. Really cool. I like it. Boxy, the second skin made by Sharktooth, female variant of Boxer. I like female skins more, so it's higher up. But I would probably have them a little bit closer together, just because, there's not really a big difference between the two. 31, Point Patroller. It was a PS4 skin that came out this season. I really like, they're all blue. They're all pretty much the same thing, but this one has, like, mechanical arms and stuff, and I really like that. I think this one is better than most of the other ones we've seen in the past. I'm thinking of a few right off the top of my head. That guy with the weird, like, goggle things that are disgusting. Yeah, you'll probably see that in a future video if I'm ranking every single skin. But yeah, so that's where that is. Quackling on 30, another one of the skins, came out around Easter. It's a duck. It's kind of like one of the... Okay, guys, it's been a few hours. I did some researching, and I figured out that, I'm an idiot. I didn't clear my deleted photos, and I've had this iPad for, like, 5 years, so I had, like, 800 photos to clear. So, I got some space, and then I can just delete this video after I post it, and we're fine. So, sorry guys for the inconvenience. I know this is probably going to come out later tonight. Sorry for all of the different videos I've had to film, and hopefully I'll be able to put them together in editing, but you never know. It might just have to be like 80 different videos. But, as I was saying, Quackling reminds me of a cuddle team leader, just because she's just like the dog, like the Clover team leader. The Quackling just kind of seems like it's meant to be like a duck team leader, and I really do think it's such a good skin to get. If you had 800 V-Bucks at the time, I think you just should have gotten it, to be honest. there's 4 different colors on it. There's the yellow, there's the blue, there's the red, and there's the green, I think. I think there's a green. But it's just 4 colors for 800 V-Bucks, and it's a good skin. The ADS isn't as horrible as the Cuddle Team Leaders, and it's so worth it in my mind. I just think it's so It's so good. It's a really good skin, but I want to keep this video under an hour for you guys, unlike I Talk Fortnite's video, L. But coming in at 29, we have Echo. Now, Echo was one of the first skins that came out last season, I believe, because Echo...
This might answer your question. Skins Season 1 ended on January 17th, 2011.
Echo, off. Not that one. That's a different one. Yeah. Okay. But Echo is a off.
Yes. Artificial intelligences are artificial intelligences.
Echo, off. So this skin, yeah. It was one of the first ones that came out this season, or last season, rather. And it was one of the first signs of like Shadow versus Ghost. And I thought it was really a cool idea how Echo off. I need to work on that. Well, I'm never mentioning this skin again. Just have one of these. Chances of that. Oh my god. But anyways, it was a blue skin. It came with the back bling that had two styles. It had two styles, and I thought it was super cool. I liked the hairdos, and I liked how there was like it reminded me of like yin and yang kind of, because one of them was white and then black, and the other one was mainly black and then white accents. So sorry for that. 28 is Sky. I know a lot of people really like this skin, and they thought it was their the best skin in this battle pass. But for me, it didn't even really make top 4 or 5. Yeah, or 5. Yeah, Sky. I didn't really like it. I thought that it had the worst out of all of the built-in things. Just another built-in emote is a little. It's a little sad and disappointing. And I thought Sky was still. It was a good skin, and I liked it a lot. I think the back bling is a little too chunky, but I personally like the shadow style. However, I really, really like the colors on the ghost style. But since my name in-game is Sneaky Shadow, which, by the way, if you want me to change that, I will change it for this YouTube channel. Comment it down below, and I'll do it. I might. I mean, I'm not going to confirm anything, But since my name's Sneaky Shadow, I had to go with Shadow, obviously. So I picked, and purple's my favorite color, so I had to choose the Shadow style for Sky. And I don't really regret it. I think the green one, just there's more combos with it. So I do kind of regret it, but I think Sky is a little overrated, to be honest. So yeah, and in 27th we have Scarlet Commander, which is the female variant of the skin I talked about earlier, the green skin, red and black with shades on. I like her hairdo more, and I've always said that like female skins just to me are better than male skins, just because male skins are bigger. Generally, and I just think most of the time female skins are better than their male variants. It's not always true. Omega is better than Oblivion, in my opinion. Calamity is worse than Deadfire. That's also just my opinion. But, I think female skins, for the most part, are better than their male variants. So that's why Scarlet Commander is in 27th instead of, 40th. So, yeah. 26 is Bonehead. I like to call him Sans, if you've ever heard of that game. But I think this skin got a lot of hate because people thought it was underwhelming because it was pretty much a guy in a hood and you couldn't see the skull face. But I still think it's such a sick skin with that pinkish red, the blue, the black, and he has blue smoke coming out of his mouth. I think that's super sick, and that's a cool idea. And I liked it ever since it came out. So yeah, and in 25th we have Rue, and Rue is the Russian spy kind of. That's just always how I've thought of her. She has this raincoat on and glasses, and I thought that was just reminded me of being Russian, probably because the colors on her are red and black, which kind of Russian's old flag themed. I'm probably not going to put that on screen because the Russians could be looking in, and they might not want to see the Soviet Russia flag. That was cringe. Anyways, we're gonna move past that. 24 is Terra. Tech, earlier on the list, I said there's not much to say. I stand by that. I really do think Tech is a bad excuse for a skin, and Terra's a better, I think Terra's a lot better. Her back bling is like a panther with like potions for eyes and stuff, and I think that's really cool. And Tech has weird mad scientist hair and stuff. And I don't know, I don't like boy skins as much as girl skins most of the time, and I really like Terra's hair. And I like the little hat she has on. I think that's really awesome. And I really like the teal glow style. I think that's super sick. So yeah, that's why Terra is where she is. Number 23 is Wolf. And I know a lot of people don't like Wolf. They think it's a really bad agent skin. However, I think Wolf is better than a lot of people give it credit for, especially its second style. I think its second style is way better than its first, because it has these white gloves and the white undersuit, and I think that's so sick in my mind. It just looks so cool, and I really like the animated vibe, like the comic book vibe, and I think that's something I really like with this and Siren, and Siren's later on the list. In fact, I would move Siren up more than I already did, but I still think Siren got a very high rating. But Wolf, I think, is underrated, and I think it deserves some love, so here it is, 23. Number 22 is Complex, and looking back on this, I would definitely put it higher. Complex is a really cool skin. I remember it was part of this one tournament, I think PS4 tournament or something like that. And if you didn't get top 10, like, they have a pattern of, if you, like, the tournament skins that they release early are pretty much just skins that are going to be in the battle pass at some point, or in the shop at some point, but you can get them early. So there was that. But Complex was really good in my mind, and I like her back bling and how it's reactive tonight, and I just really like the skin, and I would move it up more if, I made a second part to this, but, let's admit it, these skin videos do get old after a while, so I want to, like, get all of the cosmetics out of the way, and we can move on to bigger and better things. Once I figure out how to use, like, gameplay, I can do some challenges and stuff, but I need to figure that out, and if you guys know, you can just comment it down below, so you can help me out. That would be awesome. But back to this. Complex, in my mind, is just a better technique, so, yeah. But here, next we have, on 21, Ravenpool. Now, this is one of the mashup skins, and I think Ravenpool is better than Cuddlepool. However, I think Cuddlepool's back bling is just so much better than Ravenpool, and I personally bought Cuddlepool, and I'll talk about Cuddlepool later on when it's listed. But Ravenpool, I just think it's worse than normal Raven in every way, including back bling and the skin, and I think when I saw these in the files and in the leaks, I was like, nope, someone just made these up on Instagram and then posted it, but it was real, and it just seemed kind of cheap, almost. I don't know. I just, in my mind, I was like, there's no way they're gonna make that. That's just such a dumb idea. But I'm not mad with how they turned out. I like them. I just think it's a little random. But at number 20, we have Professor Slurpo. And you will see in the top 20 and top 10, a lot of the Slurp skins. Remember, we still have 2 more in that Slurp bundle, and we have Slurpo and Slurpentine, and I really did like the Slurp skins, not gonna lie, and you'll see how much I like them. But Professor Slurpo, I think he wasn't that cool when I saw him. I was like, oh well, Slurpentine's way better. But then I saw his hair, and I like the crazy mad scientist hair, and I thought that was so cool and creative on their part. And I was just like, I gotta rank it, decently high. I don't know. I thought the back bling was also super cool because the wind turbines on it, the faster if you stopped moving, they would stop, and then if you ran super fast, they would speed up too. So like when you eat a jalapeno, they go really fast, which is a cool touch. So yeah, and at 19 we have Master Minotaur. Now, when this first came out, I just was like, okay, it's a Minotaur dude. But then the more I looked at it, I was like, this is actually a pretty cool skin. Even though it is kind of like a remake of the Battlehound skin, I think it's better. It's silver and blue, and it has a better back bling than Battlehound. And so, when I saw this, at first I was disappointed, but then the more I looked at it, I was like, I like the skin and I really like the back bling, and so that's why it is where it is on this list. At number 18, we have Oro. I don't really like normal Oro, but I do like their new style they give him, the Rusty King or whatever. And it's really, really clean in my opinion, just because there's this like brownish black, and then there's like shiny red and like a white. And I just like the idea that like he rusted over time. And I think it's super cool and it's really fun to combo with. I personally don't have it, but I know my friend uses it in a really clean combo with the Clown Girl and her new edit style. He uses Oro's back bling with the new edit style on her. And I think that's a really cool idea. And I just like the that skin, and I was like, they do these things every few weeks where they add like tons of new edit styles. And tell me if you want me to do videos on those, I can. I just think, again, cosmetic videos are, not always for everyone, right? And especially when they're an hour long, no one's going to make that commitment, really. And, congrats to you that make it through this. And in fact, it's going to be really hard to post this tonight because of all the editing that's going to have to go in. But anyways, I really do like Oro. At 17, we have Slurp Bandolette. Now, Slurp Bandolette is the second one in this three-way pack. This one, when I first saw this pack, I was like, it's the best one by far. It's the only girl skin out of the three of them. I like normal Bandolette. This is going to be, just a more of a reason to wear Bandolette, but or Slurp Bandolette is just the more I looked at it, I was like, okay, I mean, it doesn't really make sense. Sometimes I think about that and I think about like, well, why is this skin the way it is? Like, does it make sense in any way? And it doesn't at all. It's an army soldier. How is she Slurp? I don't get it. But the third one in the pack, which I'll talk about later, does make sense, and that's why I ranked him the highest. But you'll see that later on. So at 16, we have Contract Giller. When this came out in the Assassins pack for $10, it reminded me of that Breakpoint skin. It was the Waypoint remake, and I really, really like it. I think frankly, looking back on making this list, I made this, a few weeks ago. I like it more. I just thought when I first saw it, I was like, well, it has these edit styles with the glasses off, which are disgusting. But then I thought about it. I'm like, well, then you can just not have that edit style and just wear the style with glasses. And I think the back bling really does carry the skin. I'm comparing to, my inspiration for this video, which was I Talk Fortnite, and he was talking about Fortnite. Guess what, right? But he said that the back bling was better than the skin, and I totally agree. But for him, that was a reason to rank it low. But for me, that's a reason to rank it high, because the back bling was so good that it's carrying the skin to such a high spot, getting 16 out of 66. So yeah. Number 15 is Mystify, another kind of Technique reskin, but it's the Cryptic skin girl variant. I think her back bling is worse than Cryptic, but the skin is better. The one thing about this that really annoys me is her ankles are so small. And so I hate this skin. I hate the skin, but I love the back bling. But you'll see in my video when I do season 9, I really do like Cryptic, and I think again the back bling carries the skin. And I still love that holographic theme that they had in season 9 and they brought back for the skin, and that's why it's so high up. But next we have Psylocke, and I bought Psylocke, but I didn't buy Domino, which is ahead of this by 2 spots, and so clearly I would switch the two because I think Psylocke is better. Of course, I love purple, and I like the way that she has that little scarf thing around her waist that moves, and her hair moves, and I like the ponytail physics which they added recently to the game. And I think this is like a really sick skin, and the back bling is so good. And if you find something that looks good with it, it's just so rewarding. And so I really do love this skin. no matter how hard it is to combo with. I think it's so sick. I don't know how to explain it. At number 12 or at number 13, sorry, we have L Lion, Lion or Lion. It's LLION. Lion with 2 L's. Anyways, this is a really creative skin. I really do enjoy it. Where when you have your pickaxe out, you have a llama head, and then when you pull out your weapons, you have a. I think for this one you have a lion head, obviously. But I don't know. I hate the lion part, right? But I hate the llama part, but I love the lion. And so, I don't know. I don't know if you can. I'm pretty sure you can, and I think this is a recent thing, but you can choose one of the 2 edit styles. Like, you don't have to always have to switch back and forth. So I think I would rank it higher if you have that feature, but I just hate the lion head. And I think it would get annoying, especially since it, like, flashes each time it changes. So that's one thing. And then at number 12, we have Domino. I would switch this with Psylocke, but I still love it. Like the speed suit it has, kind of, where it's like a thin, or like a skin suit. And I do love the color combination that it has, like the blue, the teal, and the white. Looks really clean. Super fun to combo with, as I do a lot. And, yeah, I do love the skin. And the back bling, I don't really love that much, and I think that's why it's worse than Psylocke, just because Psylocke has a better back bling and possibly a better skin. They're hand in hand. I don't know which one I like more. So yeah, and at number 11 we have Astro Jack. I love Astro Jack. I think it's really clean skin, and I love that they named the edit style Sicko Mode. Page turn. Yeah, I think that it's very clean skin. The back bling is so insane. I talk about it in the June skin review. If you haven't watched that, you should go watch that. But I just love all 3 of the edit styles on the back bling and the 2 on the skin, and I think it's super sick skin with the animation, and I just think it's really worth to get if you had $20 on you. Here at number 10 we have Siren, my favorite of all the agents. There's like 6 of them. I think Siren's my favorite because her newest edit style, the comic book style, where only her lips are an actual color, everything else is black and white. It's such a cool touch. I love it, and I think it's so creative, and I think it's such a cool skin, and I like girl skins more than boy skins, and I just think it was such a creative idea, and I think this is why I think Siren would, now, if I were to switch this, be at number 7 or 6, just because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, if that comes back, I'm copping it right away. And so, yeah. At number 9, we have Bunny Wolf. Bunny Wolf is the female version of Lion or Lion Llama, I don't know. Bunny Wolf, same idea. When you have your pickaxe out, you're a bunny. When you have your weapons out, you have a wolf. And so, again, if you could keep one and just be the wolf, it would be so much higher on this list. And so that's why it is where it is and not higher up. And number 8 is Midas. Now, I think Midas is one of the best, if not the best tier 100 we've ever had. Just lore-wise and like in the story, it makes a ton of sense. And I think it's so creative how they made like an agent off of a Greek myth. And I think that's super cool. And I like the idea of having all the weapons she touches turn to gold. And then they had that whole thing with, the more you level up, the more skins get gold. And I thought, I was disappointed because they ruined it, because they should have just done it for Midas. Because it would have made sense for just Midas to have that, but not like Tina, which like she's a girl with grenades, explosives. Why would she be gold? I don't get that. But that's where Midas is. I think there's a few more that are better than Midas. 7 more. At number 7 we have Iris. A lot of people hate Iris. I hate Iris's second style without the hood. But I think her pixie cut is disgusting. I think her hood up style is a lot better. And I think it just goes to show, as iTalk said, how when people saw the skin being leaked, they thought, oh, it's going to be like one of the Apple crossovers because Iris backwards is Siri. And if someone saw this skin and they're like, oh, that looks so good, that could be like an Apple crossover where you have to pay $3,000 to get it. And then they release it as a starter pack for $5, but you get more back than you bought, Like, you pay $5 to get 600 V-Bucks, which is already a better deal. Then you get a skin, backbling, and pickaxe. I think it's so good, and the color palettes are amazing. The pink, dark blue, light blue on the hair, and the red just looks so good together. And I really do think this was one of the best starter packs we've ever had in the game. So that's where Iris is. Lucky number 7. And number 6, we have Travis Scott. I know a lot of people that I know bought this. I like the second style a lot more, the Terminator. I don't know why it's Terminator, but it's super cool, so I'm not complaining. The fire on his pants, and I just thought it was so cool how much detail and effort the people that made this skin put into it. Of course, having all of Travis's tattoos and pretty much a replica of what he looks like. And it was so cool, and I think his backbling is super sick as well. If they could just get rid of the bug where his backbling glows like all over the map, it's insane. Like, I can see someone from a sky base with that backbling. Like, it's insane. But I love the skin. So Travis Scott, number 6. Number 5, we have Tiantina, my favorite skin in the Battle Pass. I don't know what about Tiantina is just so amazing. Maybe the fact I love her, the goth girl shadow style. It's just so cool, and I love how it says Doom down the middle with the 2 wings. I think that's a super cool touch. I love the skin, and I think it's also really cool, the golden style. This is the only one where I wasn't complaining when Epic gave all of them gold. I thought this one looks super sick, and since you can turn animated, you can make, if you're wearing the fully gold style, you can make her fully gold style turn animated, and it looks really sick as well. And I wear this a lot. It's probably the skin I wear most from last season. At 4, we have Gear Specialist Maya. Actually, just kidding. Tiantina wasn't the best. Here's Gear Specialist Maya. I think Gear Specialist Maya is such a creative idea, and then Brella came after her. But Gear Specialist Maya, I wish I did more with mine, because I just didn't think it through quick enough. Like, I didn't give her a hat, and I gave her the default hairstyle, and I just gave her like a vest and pants. I thought it was dumb what I did. I should have gone all out with my Maya, but I think the only reason Maya isn't number 1 is because the styles, the things you had to choose from, there weren't enough. You needed more, I think. There needed to be more than just, boring army stuff. And that's why I think Maya is where she is on my list, just because I just don't think there's much that you could do, really, that besides just wearing a vest and some pants that were brown or gray or green. Like, there wasn't really that much you could do with her this season, but if they gave her more, she would definitely be number 1 for me. At number 3, we have Cuddlepool. Cuddlepool has my favorite, or at least top 5 favorite backbling, Cuddlepool's bow. It's a red version of the Cuddle Team Leader's bow, Cuddle Bow. The skin itself is pretty bad, I'm going to be honest. But when I saw this, when it first came out, I didn't have any V-Bucks left, and I couldn't buy it, right? And so when it came back, I knew it was coming back, because if they still had this crossover going on, obviously they were going to bring them back a second time. And the moment it came back, I bought it day 1 just because I love this back bling, and I wear it with pretty much all of the combos I wear nowadays just because it's so universal, and I love it so much. And at number 2, you know how I said we would have a lot of Slurp? Here's the third and final part of the Slurp Legends pack, Slurp Leviathan. I think this is the only one that makes sense to be part of that pack, because he's like a water dude, and the Slurp, it's like water substance, and in the beginning of the chapter story, you could see that the Slurp water was polluting into the, the Slurp from the factory was polluting into the water, and you can see that, or you could see that on the old map with Slurpy Swamp, and you could see that it's polluting the water, and Leviathan is a fish dude, and so it makes sense, it polluted him. I think this is just a 10 times better version of Leviathan. I think Leviathan is a bad skin. It's really just a bad skin, and while I don't think it's, it's probably not even top 50 skins for me overall, I think it is I think it is fitting of number 2 for me this season, just because the black and the blue, it just looks so clean together. And I think this one also is the only one where the blow up head is better than its normal, because it doesn't blow up all that much, and it pops after you get to when you get shot. So it's like, it's the only one where it's like a cool feature instead of just being like an ugly thing. Because like, who wants their Jonesy default to have a blow up head unless you're, weird. And so I think it's really clean and I love it. But here at number 1 is Slurpentine. I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but I personally just love this skin so much. Would I buy it? Yes. If it came back again, I'd buy it. Even though it was just back in the shop like 3 days ago, I would buy it if it came back, right now, while reading over this list again. And I can see that it's just such a good skin with like the I love Slurp idea. Like, she's like a Slurp fanatic. It probably has some meaning of like she's a drug addict, but it's a good skin, okay? Like, she has like a heart slurp for her back bling, and I love the skin and like all the tubes coming out of her face. And I think since she's a female skin, I immediately like it more than her male variant. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to watch more, I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday or Sunday for you guys. I try to make good content, and I think I hope you guys enjoy this type of stuff. And if you don't, just tell me, and if you guys can help me out with making gameplay, maybe instead of just talking about stuff, I can actually show you in-game, or we can play, or I can play for you guys if that's what you want. Or if you want me to expand into more things than just Fortnite, I'm always open, and I think it would be an honor for me. I would be honored if you guys subscribe. This is going to be a super long video. I don't even think I can fit it into one video. I probably can through some other device. So yeah, thank you so much, I Talk Fortnite, for this idea. And yeah, I'll see you guys out there. Adios.